Right now, why is the Democratic establishment picking favorites in party primaries before their voters cast the ballot? It's happening here in a crucial swing district. We'll hear from the candidate who got the stiff arm from his party after winning the primary 2 years ago.
Also on Sunday Square Off, a massive data center within eyesight of Horseshoe Bend and the Grand Canyon. Here's why it could happen. Why is School Superintendent Tom Horn urging ESA families to spend taxpayer dollars on college tuition? With time running out to produce a state budget, why is the capital a ghost town for the next 3 weeks?
We start with Democrats in D.C. playing favorites in Arizona's 1st Congressional District primary. The stakes in CD1 are high. It's an open seat in a swing district that will help decide which party takes control of the House. Now, the House campaign arm is throwing its weight behind Marlene Galan Woods. She finished 3rd in the 2024 primary in the district. Dr. Amish Shah won the primary, but the party apparently wants to ensure that doesn't happen again. Amish Shah joins us now. Welcome back to Square Off, sir.
Thank you. You've never actually had me on the show.
Oh,
I've been on Dennis Welsh. You know this?
Who?
I don't know. Maybe you've heard of him.
Some guy. Okay.
He has a nicer set. I'll tell you that much.
Whoa, we're off to a great start here today. Welcome to Square Off. First time.
I haven't seen you since I saw you on the street next to my house.
So far, just for an update, folks. So far, one Democratic candidate has dropped out of the primary in CD1 since the DCCC made its choice of Marlene Galan Woods. Now a 4-person field. Jonathan Treble and Rick McCartney are the 2 other Democratic candidates. And if you don't know, CD1 includes Phoenix, Scottsdale, Paradise Valley, and Fountain Hills. So let's back up a bit. Tell us the story. Who called to tell you that the DCCC was going to give its blessing to Marlene Galan Woods?
Well, I received a call on Sunday night. But first of all, thank you again. Thank you for all jokes aside. Thank you for having me. And I was honored, very, very honored to win the nomination in 2024. And I hope to win the nomination again in 2026. But as you're talking about here, we have some meddling from DC. So we've got these power brokers and insiders that want to put their thumb on the scale. And that was the big news this week. And you know, that's fine. They can do whatever they want. So we're just, as you know, we're focused on the voters of Arizona 1. You know, just before this, you were telling me how you saw all these yard signs around because you were walking your own neighborhood. I'm just telling you, like, we have not given up on that strategy. A philosophy that started right from the beginning to go to those voters. Those are the ones that decide elections, not some nameless, faceless people in DC that have, in their own words, no experience on the ground.
I want to go back to my question, though. Who called you and what did they tell you about why the DCCC, Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee, was going to endorse Marlene Woods?
There was a executive director. Her name was Julie Mers. And so we got a call. I got a call on my personal cell phone around 9:30 p.m. On Sunday night. And it was quite frankly, unexpected. And the conversation was that we're doing this, and I said, I asked some questions, and I said, well, why is this? Especially because we had been told multiple times there was not going to be any interference. So again, like I said,
and what was the explanation she gave?
I mean, the explanation was that we think somebody else can be more electable, and we just want to go in this direction. And I said, well, can you please show me the data? And the answer was, no, we won't. So that again, but part of the conversation was, look, I'm here on the ground. You may have seen, Bram, there was a poll, an independent poll that came out that showed that I have a 3-to-1 lead over that opponent. And so, again,
that was
the reason
in February, I think.
Correct, I think so. So, I mean, the biggest thing that I keep saying is that I'm not even though I'm the only Democrat in this race who's been elected, the only Democrat in this race who has a strong history of public service, both in the emergency department as a physician. I'm still at Mayo Clinic, practicing medicine, caring directly for the people, out there as the grassroots candidate. When I say outsider, I'm literally outside talking to these people on a daily basis, and the voters out there actually know that. So 26,000 doors I've knocked on personally, and that's how we won the nomination, and that's how we're going to win it again. And it doesn't matter what D.C. meddlers want to say about this. This belongs to the people of Arizona.
According to the New York Times, this woman said to you, "We do this with humility." That's according to you, your recollection. And your response was, "No, this is hubris, not humility." Accurate?
Yes.
Hubris, why?
Again, they admitted that they had never spent any time in the district listening to our voters. I mean, our voters have told me again and again that what they care about is the fact that Trump has ruined the democracy. They don't see him making their lives better with regard to prices, with regard to health care in particular, and that hits me as a physician specifically. But most importantly, they're saying democracy and the rule of law are important. The Constitution is sacred. The Bill of Rights is not an optional document. And that's what I keep hearing again and again. And they want somebody who is going to care for them directly by engaging them in the process, communicating with them and building relationships. That is the contrast between me and every other candidate in this race.
What about the contrast on issues? Now, both you and Marlene Woods have kind of a history with Donald Trump. She was a Republican up until 2016, I believe, and you voted for Trump in 2016.
No, that's not true. That is absolutely misinformation. I voted for Hillary Clinton. I voted for Joe Biden. I voted for Kamala Harris. And so I've been a Democrat. Now, there is a...
How long have you been a registered Democrat?
I have been a registered Democrat since 2016. And so before that, I was an independent, party not affiliated back in New York and other states, but I wasn't actually all that involved in politics. But no, that's misinformation that was purposefully put out there by these folks. Meanwhile,
one of them is your former opponent in CD1.
Yeah, correct. But I mean, we're talking about now in this race here, the establishment pick is somebody who worked to defeat Obama in 2 different elections. I mean, there's a stark contrast here. Between these records. But again, I just keep bringing it back to the same thing, Brandon. Like, we cannot have people outside of Arizona sitting here trying to dictate to us what we should be voting for without understanding these voters and who they are.
And yet, given the stakes, the party as a whole has a huge stake in taking back the House. That's their goal. That's their party. Why can't they do this? Why can't they just say, and I think Nancy Pelosi did this back in 2018, handpicking candidates. As a Democrat, and this is a tough question to answer, I suppose, but as a Democrat, would you agree the party has a stake in winning back the House?
I think the party would seriously earn the trust of its own voters, which, by the way, the Democratic voters right now, when they're talking to me, aren't exactly happy with the Democratic establishment. And they would do well to inspire people to join our party and support it if they knew that the party supported democracy in its purest form. People who are out there on the grassroots level, that's actually boosting the fortunes of our party. This is, I mean, we've talked about Republicans going out and doing this again and again. We're the ones who stand for free and fair elections, and yet here we go again doing this. And the last couple times that I remember it happened within our party, it really backfired, as it should, because we should be standing for strong democracy.
So you are fighting on.
I hope to win this nomination, but I want to earn the nomination by speaking to the voters directly. And talk about this. I'm going to double my efforts to go to the doors, and I will keep going to the doors every single day until the election.
All right. Got to end it there. Amish Shah, best of luck.
Pleasure. Thank you.
When we come back, why are Arizona school vouchers paying for college tuition with your tax dollars? But first, it's come to this. A data center within eyesight of one of the 7 wonders of the world. Why it could bail out a nearby tourist destination. 12 Plus is the streaming home of 12 News, where you can see all our Sunday Square Off coverage. Download 12 Plus on your Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV devices right now. Stay with us.